What's coming next with the phone clock thing? What are we going to do?
So we got to do is we're all going to hold our clocks up and watch a
He
minute.
said clocks.
I tried.
So I don't have enough resolution to show my entire clock.
Oh. I'll send you a macro lens, buddy.
You know, we didn't talk about the cocktails, so I decided what's the fakest thing I have in my house would be.
Oh, well done.
You know, Diet
Yeah,
Dr.
you know what's
Pepper.
faker than that?
Oh no,
gluten-free beer. That's what's faker than that.
Are you celiacs?
Wait. Is it gluten-free, alcohol-free beer?
No, that'd be fakest.
Because I was going to do Diet Dr. Pepper and bad bourbon, but then I realized I don't have any bad bourbon in the house, so it's just Diet Dr. Pepper.
What's the Oban, or what's the brand is that? Which one's that?
This is called Dara, Daura, and they are not sponsoring our show. You know what's excellent is beer number 2 is Greens. Greens Amber is superior beer, and it's gluten-free.
Well, there's one because my wife's gluten free that we always get.
Hey guys, there's a movie started here. Come on, what's going
Oh
on?
yeah. Fair.
You know what's funny? I just typed gluten free beers, BEARS.
Gluten-free bears.
Bears.
Google did not
No.
accept it.
No,
Like, no, I know what you mean.
You ever have a bear and like your stomach feels all weird and you get kind of sick? You need gluten-free bears.
Hang on, let me go back and. Did you mean no? I did not. It still gives me beers. It's a shame. Omission, Joel. That's the one.
Oh, Omission's good. Yeah.
Yeah, good beer. Oh
yeah.
Oh. That's what you get for touching a woman without her permission.
How many times was that scene?
Amen.
So Solomon, you run a red team. This is basically every red team engagement.
Yeah, it's every week we just
A lot of shooting and floating in the air, kicking.
Oh man, those phones, those Nokia phones, man. Yes. Who did not? Anyone who saw this movie and didn't want one of those phones afterwards is just a dirty liar.
Because what we all had were razors. We thought we were cool with the razors.
I didn't have the Razor. I had the like classic plain Motorola with like the little stubby antenna.
Oh, right.
Classic.
Because your mom wouldn't buy you a nicer one, but we were working
Yes.
as adults, and so we bought our own.
You don't want to know how old I was when this movie came out. I'm not going to tell you.
We all had the Star Trek communicators, and then the Matrix changed everything.
We're going to play that game for all of these, Joel, where I'm going to say the line, which is, you don't want to know how old I was when this movie came out.
Hey, Johnny Utah, were you born when this movie came out?
I was alive, yes.
Fun trivia for that phone. It didn't actually exist at the time. The prop is like a Nokia 8000 that they modified, and then Nokia released the 7110 like 2 years later, but it was a different, bulkier phone.
No kidding.
Yeah, because I have both the original phone that doesn't automatically slide, it's like a manual slide, and I got the 7110 when it came out. I think I still have it. It's like a green turquoisey color.
Wait, his name is Neo? Like, I thought his name became Neo. I thought his name was just like, John Smith or something, but then he became...
Hey, Johnny
Neo.
Utah, have you even watched this movie, man? Come on.
I know that, but I feel like his name
Right.
post-Matrix realization was Neo.
Right.
I assumed he was just like, I'm Joel Fulton or some shitty name, prior to that.
I thought he'd have some schmuck name like Joel Fulton,
some
a
schmuck
forgettable
name
thing.
like Joel.
One of those names they use for bodies they find that they can't identify.
All night I'll be coming after you, by the way.
I worked hard to earn it, brother.
Quick, before he pulls it out, what is he going to sell them? Is it a pill? Is it a floppy disk? It is a
Cell phone. It's a mini
SIM
disc.
card?
mini disc. There we go.
Oh, mini discs.
It's a really, really good mixtape. He's selling them for $2,000. It's a really good mixtape, guys.
But if you get caught using that mixtape,
Nothing but Ace of Base.
Crowded House. Best
All
of.
their hits.
All their hits.
If anyone can name 2 Ace of Base songs, I'll give you $1.
I don't know if the people comprising Ace of Base could name 2 Ace of Base songs.
No one gets $1.
Nobody gets $1. Oh, no. There you go.
Guys.
So have it.
Yeah. Sure. I'll go.
Such a good actor. Nailed that line. Crushed it.
I mean,
So his name is Neo Anderson.
Neo Anderson.
Kind of.
Like there's got to be like a Lenina Huxley, Aldous Huxley callback there, but I don't know.
But like Huxley's like maybe an abnormal name. Anderson's really like vanilla, but
Right.
Neo is not.
Right, hippie parents. But they wouldn't have called him Neo. Oh, Neo's an anagram for one.
Is that ever a true thing, or is that just like one of those like 90s email chain things that you got from your AOL inbox? Like I know it's actually an anagram for one, but like is it intentional?
I don't know. Like his apartment number was 101. His apartment number is binary. Is that intentional? I don't know.
Everything's binary if you try hard enough, Joel. Everything's in some form of base 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 if you try hard enough.
Yeah, but if his apartment number was like 203, you wouldn't be like, hey, it's ones and zeros. Even though you could, like, in your head say, oh, that's 10110011.
203 could be base 3?
It better not. You got remainders there, buddy.
I teach a course on like binary, and yeah, I should know this.
Do you know the robot song 1001001001001?
No, I don't. How's it go?
No.
Wait a minute, something important's going on.
I always hated the like bug thing.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very
I'm
claustrophobic.
dreading this part.
So,
Like,
how many people feel the inspiration for this was Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan?
here's exactly what I just. Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Sorry.
Yes, exactly. No, it's perfect.
Exactly.
I'm with you.
Oh god, I can't watch. Joel, tell me what happens.
I'm gonna I'll distract
They're
you
making
guys.
friends.
This is something
They're
real.
taking Neo up to a farmhouse in the country, and
Okay.
Neo's going to spend some time with a nice family that loves him, and he's going to give him
I
all
gotcha.
kinds of food that he wants. No, he's not there yet. He's not there yet,
Okay.
Johnny. Not
Yeah.
there.
Is
So
he in the
they
truck?
just-
Are they traveling? They're going
Not
on the
back-
bumpy road in the country right now.
Yep, they are, and they just closed the gate. He is in the farm.
He's at the farm now.
He's at the
Okay.
farm. Everything's okay. He's going to have a happy,
Thank
long
you.
life with other Neos his age.
Can they make glue out of humans?
It doesn't taste as good.
Yeah. Probably not enough collagen.
Enough collagen. Well, it depends on the kind of human. You get a silicon in. Yeah, you can.
Do you have a metal shrimp in your stomach, sir?
No, go to the farmhouse.
Do not have a metal shrimp in my stomach.
I do not have a metal shrimp.
Absolutely not. No, that's my interview question. I start every interview with Joel.
Johnny Utah, thanks for coming.
Before we get started today, just
Glad to talk to you about this position. You have any questions before we start?
quick question.
Yeah, you have a metal shrimp in your stomach.
Do you have a metal shrimp in your stomach?
Do you think this is why you've been having such a hard time with, the recruiting and hiring, man? Maybe you should mix up the interview questions.
It's an important question. You have to get that out of the way.
Yep.
It would be irresponsible of me not
Well,
to.
listen, I'm
get
not going
that.
to work any place where they're not going to admit whether or not they got metal shrimps in their stomach.
Bingo.
You got to put it right on the
Can you
table.
imagine if I don't ask that question? What the candidate
there's
must be
metal-
thinking? Does everyone have metal shrimp without a company? I don't want to work for that kind of company.
Make
How would we
sure-
know to use this tool on the new employee if they didn't disclose
Right.
it in the interview?
Right? You got to go borrow it from the Scientologist. And use it to
This
suck the
is
metal
part
shrimp
of your offboarding process,
They
right?
probably might have something like this.
out. This is your offboarding process. We're going to need our badge back.
We're gonna need our metal shrimp back.
This is
Oh
a
god, Joel, I
debrief
can't watch that. What's
employees.
All
happening?
right, so we went and visited Neo at the farm, and there was like 3 other Neos there, and they all
Yeah.
were like Neo playing and romping and chasing frogs, and then they're back. They're no longer at the farm. So it's over now.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is he
that's
staying
fine.
at the farm or is he returning with us?
No, farm's done. Completely done. We are
Okay.
never talking about the farm again.
Whew. Glad we made it past that.
Solomon, it is a really tough crowd, man. I'm telling you, you got to get your caffeine, levels up before you get in with this group.
Clearly,
Can you imagine drinking caffeine?
Like, what time is it now for you and me? Like at 11 o'clock at night, 11:30 p.m.?
Oh, just caffeine in general.
Can you imagine? You don't drink it?
No.
How do you get it in your body?
I don't touch the stuff.
Oh, really?
I'm not even joking right now. I truly don't drink caffeine.
So when you wake up in the morning,
A tall glass of warm piss, and I start my day.
so you just set it out the night before. So it's
No, I
ready
make
for
it
you.
fresh. I brew it fresh every morning.
That's
Oh
why.
my God.
Who wants to microwave it?
Can you imagine drinking microwave piss?
Hey,
Not fresh
at this
piss?
point, I want to go back into the Matrix, guys. This is going a wrong direction.
Oh, Jonathan, please don't use that. I can't.
Be careful because you go into the water world where our hero is Johnny Utah, who recreationally drinks his own. Yeah,
But yeah, I don't drink caffeine.
that's it. You're just a water drinker.
That's it. Water and the occasional diet ginger ale.
Oh yeah.
And then a little bit of black tar heroin from time to time, but mostly just
but-
water and ginger ale.
Yeah. Has anyone ever talked to you about do you drink a lot of water? You might have a problem there.
Do I have a drinking problem?
I'm just asking questions. I'm not making accusations.
I get it in my mouth perfectly fine. I don't spill much.
It sounds like you drink a lot of water.
Water? No, I don't touch the stuff. Fish in it.
Oh, no.
We must do steak.
Oh God! Don't touch that! Don't touch that! Oh,
Have you ever had
Filthy.
a dream here that you were so sure
forever
was real?
unclean.
How do you get mirror off your finger? Ugh.
Oh.
I got to get real here with you guys just for a minute. How many people, when you were young, thought that you could walk through the mirror?
Nope.
Okay, so
Never tried that.
I will have to say this freaked me out a little bit because my mom said she had these recurring nightmares when she was young, that her mother would walk through the mirror, and then the mirror mother came out.
Yeah, that's scary. That's scary.
And like when you're covered with chrome mirror.
This is like, what are they installing, a Microsoft patch?
Was it Tuesday?
Ooh,
Is
I like
it Tuesday? This is
Any
every Tuesday
given
for us.
Tuesday, right?
We've almost got him.
that. Oh God, this movie's disgusting, Joel.
I told him to leave this part out. This part, I said leave that, especially that out.
So this is the lesson that we get out of this: is everyone needs to unplug every once in a while.
What I'm saying, guys, is space. Can't explain it.
So what I want to know
Times
is
go in,
when are
times
they
go
going to
out.
have the Matrix water slide? Is this going to be a new Disney property or something like that? Who has the licensing rights? Is it?
One ride
It's not
with,
just a water slide, John. It's a full immersive program. They intubate you and put you in a cask of jelly and use you as a battery. It's really messed up.
So wait, John Wick, Johnny Utah, Johnny Mnemonic. Is this the only movie Keanu Reeves has been in where his role
Is it
wasn't
really
named
so hard to
John?
believe?
Maybe he's John
It's
Anderson.
Bill and Ted. I think he was Ted.
Yeah, but that was a gimme.
Given that AI was just discussed, I'm waiting for a security vendor to parachute in.
That would be
Oh shit, John, did you?
energy sources.
Where's the dark trace guy? Hey, just in case you had time, I was in your lobby. I know you were talking to Morpheus, but
We all have LinkedIn messages waiting for us right now.
Hundreds.
we heard you mention our name.
They could sense it.
Disturbance in the dispatching an SDR, dispatching an
One,
SDR.
one of them was at dinner just now and
I've got to go.
perked up, ran out of the restaurant.
And
You
if people,
think they'd ease into it and not just throw you right
Right?
in? Like the psychological change of like ripping you out,
As the
going through that
Matrix
nonsense,
exists.
the claw pulling you out, telling you all this stuff.
And they've done this before because there's others.
Maybe they know what they're doing. Then maybe the rip the band-aid is the best
Maybe
way.
that's
I
the
don't
right
know.
way.
What do we know? We haven't pulled people out of the Matrix before. Listen to us on our high horse.
All right, Taekwondo, drunken boxing. All right, what's your favorite martial art style to watch?
Crochet.
Love it. Needles.
Teach me crochet martial arts.
I want to learn full combat or
My question is, how many people would do this type of, insert the education if you can actually do it?
Oh my god, yes.
Oh yeah, are you kidding?
Why would you not? Just plug in and like learn Chinese, like learn Mandarin?
Done.
So now what if there were repercussions?
Well,
Such
it
as?
doesn't matter because Adam would still know how to do arithmetic, and that would make it worth it.
If you could tell me I could learn how to spell easily, all day.
I think the first thing I would download would be the Dvorak keyboard knowledge. Always wanted to be able to do that.
I'd like to learn how to type correctly. Wouldn't that be cool? If they would type correctly, like properly,
Oh
have
yeah.
home row, and
10 finger touch stuff.
ASDF, JKL semicolon.
do you really?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I
I
don't.
can do like 70 words per minute. I'm pretty fast.
These 6 fingers are all I use, but I use my thumbs. My pinkies do nothing for typing. Wait, I don't. Shouldn't they're in the Matrix, and they just
Doesn't he
plug
know?
into this knowledge. So Lawrence Fishburne must have a higher level of knowledge, right? Because you would think all things even.
Neil's driving with the handbrake on. He's supposed to let himself go.
Oh, so there's a whole he's not.
Yeah.
There's some.
Right. And that's kind of like what this whole movie's about.
He's losing the mental game.
It's a mental game. It's all, yep.
which is when he wins the mental game when he's able to stop the bullets, and then it's like, oh, free your mind, and the rest will follow. I would not do well on this.
Nope.
No, sir.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't do well watching you not do well.
I would do well. I have to go on my roof because I gotta like fix the drains.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just losing the mental game.
Losing the mental game. That's
Haven't even begun the physical game, but already lost the mental game.
We were talking about this at dinner at the ISLF thing. And one guy said, whenever I'm at high places, I feel this compulsion, this urge to jump off. Like, he's not suicidal, not self-harm, but he feels that.
He's not wrong. It's called the Call of the Void. It's
Call
French.
of the Void. That's exactly what it is. Right? I have the urge to go nowhere near those high places.
I can't even hear the Call of the Void on that one. Anyone who hasn't seen this movie at this point?
You're here.
Yeah.
Shame.
Other things are spoiled. For example, the bald guy with a mustache. You know he's the bad guy.
With a mustache like that?
Right?
You can't trust him.
I mean, unless you're Tom Selleck, you really got no business wearing a mustache, unless you want to be a bad guy.
Tom's obviously got a great mustache.
Right? Tom Selleck is doing the work for all of us.
Or if you're doing the mustache in an ironic fashion.
Yeah, but then it's got to be brief. And I don't mean like narrow, I mean like for a short time. Because if it's brief, the next thing you know, you're invading Poland.
They can't be doing that. Not anymore.
No, you can only have the mustache only if you have the full curly cues.
Oh, with the wax thing going on.
The real long boy.
I tried that before COVID. It's a whole commitment if you want to try and get the curls and the mustache.
Well, because think about it,
for that.
before it's long enough to do the pointy, now it's just hanging in your face.
I basically stopped shaving for COVID. Had a full beard. Like a real crazy beard.
Were you a gluten-free bear?
I declined the answer.
Okay.
And this is in Sydney, Australia, of all places.
Is it really?
Is it really?
It is.
Oh,
They destroyed the lobby of this building in Sydney, Australia, just for this movie?
I mean, the building in this filming was in Sydney, Australia. The lobby didn't actually get destroyed.
Wait, you're telling me
So you're saying it's like a movie
real?
trick?
Those are very big shell casings for those
Instinctively.
little handheld guns. Those things are probably 9mm, right? And those are clearly like 223 or 556 cartridges coming out of that thing.
Dude, this is the Matrix. They can be any caliber you want.
The part that's so funny for Australians when this movie came out is basically all guns are banned in Australia, yet everyone is like watching all this firepower that's apparently happening in Sydney.
I was thinking that exact thing. They had to fly the guns in and not tell the government they were there and quickly ship them back out after they filmed the...
Like Johnny Depp's dog. I don't know if you heard. He tried to smuggle his dog into Australia.
Really?
Australia doesn't take kindly to things being brought into the country unannounced.
Yeah, being an island. Yeah. Yeah.
Joel, do you still wear that outfit that Trinity's wearing? Do you ever wear it anymore or no?
It's neon orange.
Oh, it's in orange?
I mean, I didn't want to like walk in the room and see Trinity and be like, now I gotta go change, right?
Yeah.
It's an homage.
Yeah.
Plus, Joel always has his full face, as well with the...
The GIMP, I believe they're called.
You guys flatter me.
Oh, here it comes, fellas.
Or maybe you should aim at the part that isn't dodging. Just spitballing.
Can you fly that thing?
Indeed, indeed. Operator. I mean, how awesome would this be?
Well,
I need a pilot program for this type of
here's
helicopter. Come on, let's
Here's
go.
a silly question. Is there like a limited amount of storage? Like, can they not upload a ton of things? Because you think they'd be like planes, trains, automobiles,
just do it all out of the
airplanes. Like you
we
learn
got
like all those things.
Hey, Johnny Utah, if you had just watched Johnny Mnemonic, you would already know the answer. It's the prequel, okay?
I believe it's a different movie.
Well,
we're watching Point Break.
I think that like they just needed like Norton Ghost. You pull a guy out of the battery pod, you upload the workstation image.
Right? It's probably a golden image of like fighting, guns, navigation, survival, maybe a bunch of languages.
And how to make a good sandwich. Because I'm going to want a sandwich.
You joke, but there is a proper way to make a sandwich.
You see?
Everyone knows, right?
Yep.
Bread.
Yep.
Meat.
Yep.
Cheese.
Yep.
Vegetables.
Gotta.
Lettuce on top.
Yep, because you don't want to soak through the...
To separate your mayo.
Yep.
I entirely disagree.
So the bread doesn't get in that. Yeah, everyone knows this.
That's right.
Nothing worse than you get a sandwich is like a tomato on the bottom,
Right, and a cheese on the top, but it's not. Yeah,
cheese mixed in, who knows where. It's
lettuce hanging out the side.
disgusting,
Awful.
inedible.
What do you call that sandwich? Is it a hoagie? Is it a sub? What is that sandwich? Are you putting it on sliced bread?
It's a sub. It's not a hero. It's not a hoagie.
It's a grinder.
It's a grinder.
I'll
Yeah.
allow grinder.
Yeah, grinder. All right.
I'll allow grinder. I feel like grinder's real obscure. Grinder's like Connecticut and
Oh boy.
a couple other states.
It is kind of limited, isn't it?
Not a lot of people call them grinders. Grinder.
Never heard of sandwich called a grinder.
Really?
It's a New England thing.
What do you call a sandwich? Like a submarine sandwich?
In Australia, we just call all sandwiches sandwiches, but Australians shorten everything, so it'd be called a sambo.
So,
Sambone?
Sambo.
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 S-A-M-B-O.
Sambo.
All right.
So it's like, hey, you want to grab a sambo, the savo for lunch, mate?
But there's no differentiation between like a club, a submarine. They don't. All
No.
sandwiches are equal in your eyes.
At Subway, it's just a sandwich.
As long as you add mate at the end, then it's appropriate in Australia, right?
Well, does that mean a hot dog would be considered a sambo?
Hot dogs, no. Just because it's like, the mystery bag in the middle, which otherwise known as a Frankfurt.
A Frankfurt. All right. Hamburger
A sausage.
Hamburger is just a
Hamburger.
burger.
is just a burger. All right.
If I went and I ordered like something on a bulky roll, or if I ordered a sub and they handed it to me on something else, I'd be pissed off. So when you order a sandwich, like a small, medium, large, like it just is what it is.
You went in and you ordered a sandwich, then they'd say what bread do you want it on. So you could have it on like a ciabatta, you could have it on like sliced bread, you could have it on like...
I understand. It's wrong, but I understand.
I just want to hear Solomon say ciabatta again. Come on.
ciabatta.
Ciabatta.
I like Sambo. I'm gonna start calling them Sambos.
I do like sambo. Yeah.
Sambo. I call them Sandies, but I'll take a Sambo. The Deagle. Why would they give them Desert Eagles? But that's always the generic, like, oh, what gun do we give the bad guy?
Good deagle.
50 Action Express, baby. 50 AE all day.
Do computers enjoy things?
Is he Mr. Smith or Agent Smith?
Oh, agent. Gotta be agent.
He's agent. They're
Mr.
agents,
Smith
man.
would be like if he worked for the IRS.
Yeah.
Because they call themselves Mr. and Mrs.
But if it was a true IRS agent, they'd be more deadly than this guy.
That's right. Yeah, the boss level is an IRS agent.
This is Agent Smith. You haven't dealt with Mr. Smith yet. Oh.
Who hasn't done that?
Oh yeah, the headbutt. The headbutt is an underrated move.
It ought to stay under-recognized so it can still be a useful move.
The headbutt does a lot of sneaky damage.
As long as you don't knock yourself out.
Yeah, you gotta get it right. It's a risky move.
Not called a nose butt for a very good reason.
They have no other protection against these things other than one
No, these are
EMP
belly
blast.
button shrimp. All grown up.
Oh, these are belly button squid.
They are.
These are beehole squid. These are a little bit larger than the belly button shrimp. These guns are so ridiculous.
They should have downloaded an aiming program.
One handing of 50 AE. I mean, I get their like computer programs and all, but
The squid are coming in.
Uh-oh.
that's a good IDS.
Yeah.
Really good IDS to identify that the squid have entered your flying submarine. Right? To the
Well,
chest.
it was 2/3 of it.
It's a lot.
There's a lot.
Missing one.
It's a lot of lead there.
And roll credits. Thanks for coming out, folks. Y'all don't want none of this. Hate when that happens.
Metal squid in the belly button.
I want to make a lot of jokes right now, but I'm terrified of Jonathan using them. But Joe, when was the last time a man dove into you?
I'm just staying out of this part of the conversation, most definitely.
What a phenomenal song to end on.
No, like it.
Not a bad movie.
Do you think there's rat meat in that world?
Well, if they can have anything they want, of course there is.
But I'm saying, no, in the real world,
Which
in their
one?
flying submarine world. Are there rats?
No, I think that Solomon pointed out they had tasty wheat.
Yeah, but are there rats?
If you
I
have
think there are rodents of unusual size, but maybe that's a different.
ROUSs.
Ooh.
So I think probably I would err on the safe side. I would stock up some rat.
I'd say there are rats.
I'd stock up some rat because
Yeah.
2039 hits and there is no rat.
Living a life without rat meat is not a life you want to live.
I mean, you could, but I don't know why you'd want to.
Adam, not every movie is about Taco Bell. Come on, man.
Cockroaches have survived everything to
pervasive.
date, so I'm sure that cockroaches are still around. You can just fry them up.
And if cockroaches are around, you know there's rats around because they're basically like cockroach managers.
Oh no! Oh no! We're going down a personnel path here.
Cockroach managers. Yeah.
Well,
I
I
want
think
to speak to your manager.
I feel like
He's a large
this
rat.
Karen Rat. Yeah, I think the moral of this movie is pretty obviously DevSecOps.
Not Sec DevOps.
No, you gotta have Sec right in the middle. Or I mean, technically, it ought to be Sec Dev SecOps Sec.
That's getting slightly
Security
obscene
at every
there, Joel.
aspect.
I feel
Return?
right. That's the only way you can cram a waterfall process on top of an agile one. You gotta like surround every little.
I think it's a story in disaster recovery
Do you?
and
Business
incident
continuity.
preparedness.
All right,
Business
Adam,
continuity.
let's hear your theory on that one. Let's hear
They
your
went
theory
into
on that
how
one.
many scenarios unprepared?
Yet really, like, not even prepared to be prepared.
They got one defense mechanism and it kills everyone if
Yep.
they're in the Matrix. They go into this thing unprepared how to like fly and do other things that they could have to do.
They didn't even upload helicopter driving until they needed to have the helicopter redriven.
And that's what it's called, helicopter driving.
That's called just-in-time provisioning. You got to jit up your credentials, right?
But it's
Yeah, but
it's
just-in-time
too much of a
controls
delay,
are
too
not
much of a risk
Yeah, I feel like
for JIT.
the latency.
You can't do JIT provisioning on the fly like that. You gotta have a lot more velocity.
I feel like I should be pulling out my DevSec, OpsSec bingo card right now. So
That's the center square, my friend.
Velocity, baby.
That's right. That's right. Solomon, this was your first time with us. Was it worth your time?
Yeah, it was fun.
Awesome.
So I need to bring alcohol to the next one.
Or water.
Would it help you enjoy us more?
I'm still getting the watch parties unavailable too. Hang on.
This is an unadulterated nightmare tonight, fellas.
I feel like we're in the Matrix.
This is sloppy. If this was my team, we'd be having a meeting afterwards.
All right, boys, gather around for the beating.
Meetings will continue until morale improves.